right? The speed, and they get used to playing at a pace that others, we never get to play unless we see them at a major championship, right?
Set. Yep.
Lynn will put the ball back into play, trailing 1-0 here in the first game. And strokes it home near side. That's just a great possession. She makes the pass. She gets possession. She calls timeout, takes her time, and then drills that near side.
You know what happens here too, Jim? You get a little more adrenaline, a little more kick, a little more oomph in your step. If you're rising to the occasion,
Yeah.
you get a little more snap on everything.
No, for sure. It's just a matter of managing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, when you're a pro foosball player, when you have been in this situation, and the lights and the cameras in front of a big crowd with what's at stake, you learn to manage that. I mean, you have to.
I clearly remember a social media post of Mylin. She was working at Apple, and she gave up her job at Apple to get an office space, and she has a foosball table in there, and that's where she works out of that office to promote her foosball professional career. That's taking risk, right?
It really is, but it's also following your love, your dream, you know, and that's really what life's about. And it's great that she has acknowledged very early on that it's important to enjoy what you do. And it's a lesson I want to give my kids. You find something you love and you find a way to make a living at it. And it seems to be working well for Mylin. And nice pass here. Again, that well-oiled machine, the chemistry that these two have. And she drills that near corner to make it 2-1.
Let's talk about the brilliance of Ekaterina Sabulescu. Won a championship at the World Cup and not with her partner Anna, where she did a lot of shooting in that. But she's playing with Mylin now. Guess what she's doing? She's trying to get Mylin the ball because Mylin is a possession player who will get the ball on her 5-bar and pass and score. So she's laying it up there. Ooh, Mylin looked the other way. What a rare lapse in focus for Mylin.
For sure. Here's Isabel. And again, Isabel Stelly, still really an infant when it comes to pro foosball. The game is there. The skills, the level, the quality of her athleticism is high end. But there's more to it than that, and that's coming for Isabel. Just having to deal with these sorts of situations really for the first time. This is a little bit bigger than maybe what she's used to. The show, the presentation, etc.
I'm pretty sure she's still a teenager. She's either like 18 or 19 years old. Now, when I was 18 or 19 years old, I was eating cardboard boxes. I'm sure I had the maturity of a 9-year-old. I would not. I mean, she's out here in this big stage, executing under incredible stress for a World Series championship.
2-1 lead early on for Mylin Tran and Ekaterina Sabulescu, taken away here by Stelly.
Rare turnover.
Timeout.
Rare turnover for Kathy. She doesn't really turn the ball over like that.
All you have to do, and we've had some great close-ups from Foos TV here this weekend, where they're up close and personal, and we really have seen the emotions and the thoughts of these individual players. But one thing, the common denominator here is that you can see what this means. You can see this. This is not something light. This is something big. Winning a Tornado World Series is a big deal.
Man, this production is so good by Foosball TV. Easily the best foosball production, streaming production or otherwise. What an incredible job they're doing. We're happy to collaborate with them with Inside Foos.
Isabel will put the ball back into play. Quick shot far side, blocked by Caddy. Rebound comes back to Stelly. Isabel to the near side. And the one thing you kind of want to get away from, and it's something natural, is just shooting a shot because. You always want to know why you're going far side, why you're going near side, why you're going down the middle, why you're throwing these fakes in, or why you're taking X amount of time. And that's one of the things we've been so impressed with young Stefan Burmettler, 17-year-old. And he seems to know why he's doing almost everything. But it's an easy trap to kind of get in there and hope that something is going to work. Whereas what you really need to do is know that it's going to work and expect it to work, and with intent like that.
That was an open-handed near side. She saw the dead bar post, and she realized it was an opportunity. There was nothing blind about that.
Nope.
It was completely calculated.
Totally was. And a lot of it is just reading the situation, understanding what's really going on. Oh, tucking that one down the middle beautifully. Watch this. The angle just so slight. Such precision from Mylin Tran. 4-1 lead for Tran and Sabulescu. what this would mean for these two ladies to win this title on American soil. And that was stuffed back into the goal.
Second stuff.
By Stelly.
Their 2 points are stuffs.
Both of them.
Right.
Caddy knows. Probably not a good choice.
She's not having her best start. It's still 4-2. She turned the ball over. She got stuffed twice.
Yeah, Lynn Tran has been sensational. And the 5 has been so good, so consistent today. And a chance to put away game number 1 here for Lynn Tran of Germany. She walks it against Stelly, who is back there defensively, and then calls, of course, a timeout. It's the ITSF World Series here in Dallas, Texas. Boy, that's fun to say.
Yeah. What a dream come true for there to be a Tornado World Series, for it to be in the right spot. It's been an amazing day. We've had, for the first time ever, I believe, the manufacturers of Tornado, the ownership group came to the tournament, to see it.
Yeah.
Accepted an award and spent time here today. It was amazing.
I think they see. They finally are, or not say finally, but they do see it, that that their involvement could be key to moving forward in this direction, which eventually you would think is going to only sell them more products, which is really what they're about, of course. They're business people. This is Iveta playing the forward position, picking it up, setting it up, and stroking it home near side. Iveta Moore. You don't lose much here because Iveta also a very good forward as she finds that near corner.
A top-ranked forward. One designated mixed. Got designated mixed.
I think she's a little underestimated, frankly. I think she's underappreciated. And the steal here.
The 4-1 comeback. 4-1 comeback. Brewing right now.
They were down 4-1, and now a chance to make it 4-4 for Iveta. There's Caddy to make the block and take it away.
So Kathy's got a probably not doesn't want to put anything over the middle.
Not down the middle. That's right.
Look for her to look for the clear.
Just that little zone breaker there. No danger to that one. And then the bounce through the lane by Tran. Looking to put away game number 1 against Isabel Stelly. Mylin Tran. Stokes it home to the far side.
Enthusiasm. You hear the energy, man. You love that.
You think she wants it?
You love to see the passion. And how about Kathy dodging a bullet, man? She got stuffed twice and coughed the ball up. And they pull it out 5-3.
Look at that. Look at the reaction from Lynn Tran here as she scores it. And then
look at it. I love that. So good. We love to see passion and emotion on the table.
She is a warrior.
What a high level of play.
1-0 lead.
So, you know, the great equalizer is the 5-bar. The 5-bar is such an important part of the game because where the ball starts.
Yeah.
And Mylin Tran, who's put the 1,000 hours, I think, already into the 5-bar.
Yeah.
Because that's how she dominated pro singles when she won it in all the Hall of Fame.
So consistent. She keeps it pretty basic, but gets a great read, and again knows why she's doing what she's doing.
And she just keeps getting the ball over and over. She'll openly admit.
She'll wear you down.
She'll openly admit her weakness is her 3-bar, but her 3-bar is pretty damn good. And guess what? It's pretty damn good when you get 2 extra possessions every single.
That's right.
You know. She's a beast, man. And she's had some. We've seen her play and not play great earlier, but this is what you want when someone's putting it all together. All that said, Isabel and Iveta, you can't count them out. It's only one game. Only one game.
But the experience on the left side, the experience with winning and competing in high-level events on the left side is off the charts. As we get game 2 underway, Stelly returning to the forward position, can't connect through that high lane. It comes back to Caddy. Taking her time, that sends it down the middle, caught by Tran. Lynn going to look at that near side. Iveta is showing it to her. She's going to wait it out, then Iveta does take it away nicely. Stelly. Almost a steal, and it is eventually a steal by Tran. Lynn fakes, and then tried to take it out to that far side, and Iveta able to make the block. She'll put it back into play. No score here in the second. 1-0, 1 set to nothing in favor of Tran and Sabulescu.
Tried to stuff her and got blocked on her stuff.
And Isabel's going to get a rare possession. Quick shot far side, rimmed it off the post.
He's hitting the ball with great enthusiasm. It's just rimming in. It's rimmed the corner multiple times.
However, also in that possession, opening up game 2 after a loss, I'd like to see her kind of bring everything to kind of a halt, take your time, and then work the goal, and then execute something like that.
Iveta picking up a couple blocks here.
And she's going to do that. She's going to adapt and has done so far.
Ooh. A lot of pressure on Kathy right now to clear the ball, and she's generally very good at it.
Now the pass near side. Again, the familiarity of partners. See Lynn going away from that near side because she feels like Iveta is baiting her for it, and she is. That shot down the middle, almost again caught by Lynn.
One other impressive thing about this, Lynn and Kathy have had challenges, not unlike Tony Spreedeman, adjusting because they were at the Bonzini World Series Championship about a week ago.
Yeah.
And so they've had to adjust from Bonzini.
And that pass up the table, angled in, redirected in. Watch this. The redirection right between.
They've had to adjust from Bonzini to the Tornado, which is probably the hardest adjustment. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
And they've had problems, the base of the man, the feel of the ball, all that stuff. I think this is where they're dangerous. They're adjusted by now.
They are. And again, I wouldn't call them problems. I call them challenges, and it's what every multi-table player has to go through. And it's 2-0, and we're going to get a switch. Stelly moving back, Iveta moving forward. All the momentum on the left side of the table right now as it's 2-0 here in the second game in favor of Tran and Sabulescu.
This switch is a resignation switch. What I mean by that is Isabel Stelly played forward the whole win versus Sully and Hannah. They've decided right now that it's not going to work that way.
Tran tried to come near side off the corner. It looked like the hole was there. You saw her reaction.
I don't mean resignation as in giving up. I mean resignation as in they've decided Iveta's probably the better forward.
That's right.
Yeah.
A beautiful brush up here by Iveta. Who rocks and finds that hole far side. Nicely done. And again, they are capable of winning this championship with Iveta at forward as well. But they got to find a way to stop this lady. And Isabel hoping to do that defensively.
A rare missed catch.
There's Stelly. And Kati. Sends that one on goal. Stelly. Iveta couldn't hold on to it. Tran will gently brush it through. Shooting against Stelly and hammering it home far side. Again, aggressive to the corners. Mylin Tran.
Well-oiled machine for sure. This is a team that knows each other and is clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, and there's something to be said. You know, we talk about like the NBA, right? A team that has never gotten there is not going to win the championship, generally speaking. The team that hasn't at least lost in the semis or in the finals and learned what it takes to be a champion isn't going to win. These two have been through the wars. They have competed at the highest level for a number of years together as a team. Nothing is going to faze them. They're going to keep moving forward, keep doing their thing. They're very comfortable with each other. And you've got to find a way as their opponent to derail that. You have to find a way to change things up for them, not allow them to be comfortable.
When you talk about adjusting, I've been to the multi-table world championship. Going from your table to another table every 2 points,
Oh, it's crazy.
to me is bananas.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like, I have a hard enough time going from forward to goalie without rewiring my brain. Now you're going to make me play a different table? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
It's unreal what these guys and gals do at the highest levels, winning that thing.
Yeah.
What they do at
and
that.
again, it was rough early on when the multi-table format first came about in the early to mid 2000s. it was almost impossible for these guys. They had to, like I say, shoot a push shot on Bonzini because they weren't comfortable with it.
Yeah, push kicks. I saw Billy's trying to shoot push kicks. So when you play, we might be leaving people out. The multi-table world championship, you play 2 points on your home model table, and then 2 points on the other table up to a certain number amount.
And then it goes 1, 1, 1, 1, and it's crazy.
Crazy.
It's amazing is what it is that these players can do it, and there are a lot of multi-table players now who can do that, including the two ladies on the left. You have to be able to do it. You know, and to some degree, foosball is foosball, but the characteristics of each table are so different that the physical side of it also has to factor in. Right now it's 4-1 in favor of Tran and Sarbalescu. And Lynn has that one blocked and taken away by Moore. Now what I do expect to happen if Iveta and Isabel don't come back here in this second game, I do expect Isabel to return to forward in the third, but we'll see. Shooting the pull shot and somehow finding the hole to that short side. Kind of angled it just a little bit.
If they show her head nod, she had no idea it was going to go there. She had a little head nod like, I'll take it.
It's 4-2. Got to dig in defensively and gets back to the wall to take it away from Tran. And that's maybe what you really need to do is just keep it away from Lynn as much as possible on that 3-rod, if you can. 5-row D, still maybe the most underrated part of the game, but maybe the most important part of the game, and 2 in a row from Iveta. This rolling pull shot makes it 4-3.
Timeout. You knew it was coming because she's not going to get caught up in that. You knew it was coming. Lynn Tran, you knew that timeout was coming because it's the right thing to do.
Yep, for sure.
2 quick points. I don't need to have that in my head while I'm passing the 5-bar.
Yeah, you know, back when I was a player long ago in ancient history, I always really focused on 5-man defense. I always felt like that's what would win you tournaments. That's what won local level, regional level, national, international. 5-man D, because it's so difficult. It's the most difficult part of the game.
It is.
Right now, Iveta really focused on that, but Lynn able to go through that double high lane. She'll set it up looking to claim game number 2 right here. Lynn Tran hammering it home to the far side. It's 2-0 as Lynn Tran continuing to show you why she is probably the best all-around lady player in the world.
I've had it explained to me that 5-bar defense is more difficult than goalie defense because in 5-bar defense, you have about 10 different positions to block with one man unless you compress the bumper and block the lane pass with your second man.
Yeah.
You have one man to block 10 positions. If you think about regular goalie defense, you have 2 men to block roughly 3.5 positions.
That's right.
So it's more difficult to block a 5-bar pass than it is.
But if you're good at it, I mean, ask guys like Tommy Atkinson, who has the great defensive 5.
Right,
Tony, of course.
right.
You know, look at the greatest champions of all time, and I guarantee you, they all had good defensive 5-rows. As great as Terry Moore's offensive 5 was, he was really good on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Well, that's what turns it. That's what turns it into a craft. Nuance, tells, what can they do from what positions. You talk to the master players, and they'll tell you that I figure out very quickly within a few balls, few possessions, what this person can and can't do from what positions.
That's right.
What kind of player they are. They take that thing away.
You isolate it down to
this
this certain window that you have to look at.
Right. If you're in the high lane, he's probably going to do either a high up or a really steep down. I can get those both from this position with my man forked out. If he moves the ball super fast, it's only going to be something in the wall. A brush down or a quick wall pass. They isolate you down, they break you down, and then they take that away from you and force you to do something different.
A bit surprising that Iveta Moore is continuing the forward position. Not to diminish her at all, but I just feel like the fact that they have played most of this tournament, I believe, with Stelly playing forward, I might have stuck with that configuration.
The 2 quick points might give them the illusion that that's why they should stay.
Maybe so. Yeah, that's a great point. And you see Iveta continuing to do a good job defensively on that 5-row. Somehow you got to keep the ball away from this lady on that 3-row if you can. Bounce pass, brush, gets through.
What a beauty.
Here's Lynn. And she strokes it home far side. It's 1-0. Again, always with purpose, always with intent. Lynn Tran and the steal here. She works the mouth of the goal and calls timeout. That's a great call. Let's maintain the momentum that we have acquired over these last 2 games. Let's play it smart. That is a truly master timeout right there. Johnny Horton.
She's a she's Vietnamese by ethnicity,
Yep.
Tran, but she's as German as they come, man. She's like German-made, dude. Like her attention to detail, discipline, organization approach is so German, and in the best of ways. I mean that respectfully. Like,
Yeah, BMW. Back down the middle comes Tran. It's all about engineering, right?
Frankenstein. What? Oh man, let's see what Lynn does next.
Isabel back there making a second block in a row. It remains 1-0 here in the third. Jim Stevens, Mark Torres, Julian Boardman, Daniel Sorger, Israel. I don't know his last name.
The beautiful Israel. You haven't seen this guy.
Wayne Ritchie working the board as
there's again that open-handed.
it's 2-0, and what a performance here in this final from Mylin Tran and Katarina Sarbalescu. Looking to come back if they can. Iveta finds the short side of the goal with a pull shot. Back and forth, and then down the middle.
Tight split shot. You guys don't know what we're talking about. Israel is our sound engineer.
Yep.
He has a mane of brown hair, and he looks like an angel. And you have to see him at some point. We'll post a picture of the dude. A halo.
With his permission, of course. And back comes Tran as after that last score from Iveta, Mylin says, oh yeah, take this. It's 3-1.
Oh,
The rolling pull shot rattles
no
off
medal.
both posts.
No medal. And Tom didn't call. I don't think there was medal. I think it rimmed
No
in
medal.
out.
That was not a goal.
Both posts.
Doesn't come any closer, though. Catty has done a nice job of clearing the zone after those two early stuffs. Isabel looking to be offensive here.
Back to Israel. Imagine a werewolf and a unicorn had a baby. Anyway, let's focus.
Mylin. I think she heard you and kind of threw her off a little bit there.
Commanding lead here, though, and they have to pull a ton out to recover in this match.
However, is there really, as a player, you never want to look at it as a commanding lead. You need to close the deal no matter what the score
Nice.
is, because
Yeah.
how often do you see comebacks? And here's Iveta continuing to shoot the pull shot well.
What a beautiful around the post.
3-2.
Not necessarily a dead bar shot, but around the post, a deep, long pull shot.
Tran tried to brush it down, stolen away by Iveta. And again, when I talked about the fact they should probably switch back, it's only because they had played mostly in that configuration. And I said it earlier, they are capable of winning this championship with Iveta as forward. She's that good.
It's kind of tough when you score a couple here and there. We talked about that with the pull shot. When you just score just enough, you don't switch to your other shot. We saw Bermittler make that adjustment and switch to his rollover. This is a tough one because, you got to say Iveta scoring just a little bit better than Isabella was. But they're not playing the 5-bar like Lynn is. And as long as Lynn continues to control you from the 5-bar. And we've seen a couple other things, too. Lynn would go on a run and I don't know, pass 2 or 3 or 4 in a row and then drop a couple passes and they come back and still pass and score to finish the game.
Yeah.
So it's very tough when Lynn's hot like this, man. It's tough to make decisions for the other team.
3-2 lead for Lynn Tran and Kati Sarbalescu. That one up the table off a man and in, and just like that, it's 3-3, and that's getting the crowd back into it, the American crowd.
You just get the feeling, though, that Lynn responds well to that kind of
Let's
thing.
see. Lynn tried to go through the high lane, blocked by Moore, and we talked about it earlier. You got to play the 5. You got to play defensive 5. Oh, that's a nice view there. Nicely done, guys, as we see her pass it along that wall. And then shot down the middle, blocked by Stelly and retrieved by Isabel. Little window of opportunity here for Iveta Moore and Isabel Stelly as they try to get back into this women's doubles final. Watch the 5-row D. But Lynn through that high lane, that's always the zone killer. See if she uses a timeout here or just goes for it. She tried to go for it, get that far post set forward, and then grabbed by Iveta. Moore working that near side. and is able to rattle it through. Iveta. They were down 3-1. It's now 3-3, and Iveta wisely calls time out.
Love these camera angles, these camera views. We see the focus of the players. You can read into their eyes, man. You know, I forget the stat now, but so much of human communication is in the face and the mannerism of the eyes. And that's just the look of intense focus.
You saw her kind of reviewing what had happened here previously, didn't you? You kind of said, okay, I saw this, she did that.
Exactly.
So I'm going to come with this if she gives me that. As Iveta now will set the ball back up in pull shot position. Fakes. Try to come down the middle, blocked and taken away by Caddy. Caddy takes a quick look up the table, then send it along the inside wall. Nice save there by the quick-handed Stelly. Isabel sends that one down the middle off a man off the outside wall. Caddy there to make the block and the save. Charbelescu looking to pass near side. It's Stelly who ends up with it. Shot down the middle, rattles towards the goal. Caddy keeps it out. Trying to pass it along the near wall, taken away by Moore. Iveta. Tried to go to the straight hole. Caddy looking for it, makes the block and takes it away.
Can you see the Ryan Moore influence in the way she moves the ball back and forth? Just looking for a John Wayne, and you'd be like, okay, there it is, man.
Caddy just looking to clear, does get it into the hands, the left hand of her partner, Lynn Tran. Lynn brushes down, looks to brush up, and then goes right back down.
One of the most effective places for the ball to be for Lynn is the 5-bar.
Tran. It's championship point for Lynn Tran and Kati Charbelescu as Tran waits and then drills that near corner. There comes more, stroking it home. It's 4-4. The American crowd getting into it as she drills that long pull shot. 4-4, it remains championship point for Tran and Charbelescu. And the timeout called here by Lynn. We got comments?
We do got some
We
in here.
do.
Let's take a quick
Anything?
browse here. You're welcome. We're showing it on Twitch. It's great. Thank you. Yep. Miss hit split for sure. Go Tran. Might want to watch that 2-inch rolling pull. And then Merguez Party. Not familiar with what that is, but we'll take your word for it.
Everybody's out of timeouts.
All right. No timeouts remaining for either team, as you heard Tom Yours say. Lynn Tran has possession on the 5. We'll put it back into play after the timeout. It remains championship point for Tran and Charbelescu. Try to brush it through the lane. Moore got a man on it. Lynn try to brush it through off the man. Lynn Tran now with a chance to win the championship. Shooting against Isabel Stelly, my Lynn Tran. Shot attempt far side, blocked by Stelly. Rebound comes back to Caddy. Remember, no timeouts remaining on either side of the table. And stuffed back into the goal by Iveta. It's 2-1.
That was a high-risk liability right there. That was over the middle. I mean, that's a glory. You want to go for it, that's where you go for it. But when it comes back at you, that's what you were looking for.
Yeah, you know, Caddy is questioning that decision. It is now 2-1 in favor of Tran and Charbelescu. Moore and Stelly now with a little bit of momentum heading into game number 4. And a nice job by Iveta Moore, both on the defensive 5 and on the offensive 3, to get the job done, to keep it away from Tran, and then when she did get possessions, to take advantage of them, Mark.
Yeah, no, and you know what? Kati is an incredible multi-table champion. She's I think she was a top-ranked women's player. She's not used to being a liability. And I don't want to call her that right now because they've gotten this far. But the first game they won in spite of her. She got stuffed twice and turned the ball over. And that ball she got stuffed on championship point, she got stuffed.
Yeah.
And so,
But that was the only one I really questioned. After those two initial stuffs, she had really been much
Yeah.
more careful, yet still being aggressive, still thinking along the lines of giving her partner opportunities and possessions. She just kind of at that stage probably made
A lapse.
a poor
Yeah.
decision, a bit of a lapse. Yep.
that would have been best served to get Lynn, just for those of you watching that may or may not be more versed in foosball, the idea is when you have a partner that has a great passing 5-bar, you do something that allows them to get another opportunity to pass.
That's right. Here we go. Fourth game underway. Tran puts it into play. And again, Yvette defending on the 5 and takes it away. Gosh, we talked about it early, 5-row defense, and Yvette has certainly shown that she can do that. She has certainly reduced the number of possessions for Mylin Tran while getting a few of her own. That quick rolling pull shot taken away by Caddy. I can kind of promise you that Caddy will not be going down the middle again anytime soon, but let's see. Can you just clear it, and that's kind of what she needs to do, but she needs to do it in an unpredictable fashion.
Kind of a slider. Still a little risky, in my opinion. But
You do sense a little bit of a tide change, though, don't you? Just a little bit. We'll see. It's going to depend on this woman here, the forward. Can she get the ball? Can she put the ball in? Can't hold on to that pass. No score here in the 4th.
She's been working that brush down and getting it on the second try, but still getting it.
That one just barely squeezed through as Tran will set it up against Stelly. Try to come near side Isabel with a block, and then a hustling save to knock it off the table. And she'll put the ball back into play. And she is certainly capable of scoring back here as well, but the takeaway by Tran. Again, I'm a big fan, and this is something I always look at, Mark, and I know you're aware of it, having worked with me a lot of times. I'm a big fan, a big proponent of tempo, of establishing and holding on to tempo, which means there's times I want that goalie to take 14 seconds. I want, when you get the ball in that 3-row, I want you to kind of stop, take a breath, step away. Let's let that clock go a little bit. Let's establish the fact this ball is mine. As Yvette able to come down the middle to even it up as one. This one off the man, but gets through anyway. It's 1-1. But I think, especially in certain situations, you have to have an awareness of that, about the tempo. Beautiful wall pass here by Tran. She's been working the brush series, goes with that quick wall here. She'll set it up against Stelly, looking to give her team the lead once again. Mylin tried to take it out to that far side, taken away by Isabel.
Wow. If Izzy can sop one in or get a couple in, we get a little momentum shift.
But I guess, what I see so often is, various levels, and at the top level less so. But players want to get it at goalie and just kind of get it out of there. And, to me, sit on the ball for a little bit. Take your time. Use your full complement of time. Establish that time of possession. I don't know this for sure, but I think, when you look at analytics, when you look at the stats of foosball, I think the team that has the ball the most is probably going to win more. I think there's a correlation there.
I think you're right, Jim. I think you're right, because what happens with time possession, too, is a psychological factor.
Yep.
You feel behind, and then you start acting like you play behind, and it makes you make decisions you shouldn't be making.
Yep. 1-1 here in game number 4. And a nice pass again, brushed up the table by Caddy to Lynn, who seems to catch everything that Caddy tosses up there. Tran strokes it home near side. That's a great play from this multi-table world championship team. The pass and the score to make it 2-1. Yvette. Big ball here for Moore and Stelly. Yvette's long pull shot. Caddy out there. And this rolling pull shot gets through to make it 2-2. Brought it over twice. The second time was the charm. Even at 2 here in game number 4. 2-1 lead for Mylin Tran and Ekaterina Shabalescu. And Tran able to cut that one back down the middle. Not sure that's exactly what she meant to do, but she'll take it.
Sometimes when you just hit it hard down the middle. Those things are going to happen for you, right?
And the steal here by Sarbalescu, who had moved into the forward position. And that's often the case. You move back there if you're Tran, you move back there for defensive purposes, thinking if she gets the ball on the 3, I'm going to be there to defend. But a lot of times it's that forward coming into the, or the goalie coming into the forward position whose 5-row D gives a different look and makes that steal and then allows the forward to return to the forward position, in this case leading 3-2. And the brush down, she can't connect.
Was there, she just mishit it.
Stelly. Sarbalescu. Oh, another great pass, but she can't hold on to it. Moore. Nicely done. A little bit of a fake down going up. And Iveta can tie it at 3 here in game 4. They've been playing 1 goal behind, like you've talked about earlier, but they have been able to overcome it, at least in that last game. However, it's taken away here by Sarbalescu. Will look to just clear it. Almost gives it away.
She's struggling right now. She's not her usual self. Having a hard
But
time.
it's also probably her 5th best table, right?
Right,
You
for
know.
sure. No, 100%. She's amazing, man. She's an absolute animal, and I love her. She's just not having her best match right now. Clearing the ball.
And there's the
John
John
Wayne.
Wayne.
There's the John Wayne.
Watch this as she brings it over and fires it home. The Joan Wayne.
The Joan Wayne.
It's 3-3. Wonder where she learned that. It actually is surprising that more pull shooters don't use that option. Eileen coming right back, passing it through, setting it up. Does have timeouts remaining. And that shot attempt blocked and taken away by Stelly. And again, part of what I talked about earlier, establishing, holding on to tempo involves the use of timeouts. And Stelly makes her pay with this beautiful long pull shot.
This is that team that just does not go away. It's not going away.
Now they're just a goal away from sending it to game number 5. And a lot of it has been due to Iveta Moore's defensive 5. It has. And she makes the steal here. Iveta tried to come through the lane, taken away by Tran. Remember, Mylan Tran, Ekaterina Sarbalescu had a match point, had a championship point in that previous game, game number 3.
The 5-bar passing tightening up a little bit for Lynn Tran.
Isabel she needs to not be afraid of that long pull shot. Fortunate to get that one through. Picked up here by Iveta. Pass attempt. She's not able to hold on to it. It comes back all the way to her goalie, Isabel, who will call time out.
Everybody's a little bit rattled right now. That ball's like a feather, and no one can catch it, man. That's the worst, dude.
Butterfly flittering around. You got your net chasing it. You can't quite get there.
That's the worst feeling, man. But hey, look, this is shaping up to be this team on the right is not going away. Isabel, very quiet. Boom, long pull shot to make it 4-3. They're in the driver's seat for this game.
Well, we'll see. Of course, going up against such an experienced team, they do lead 4-3 as they look to extend this match to a 5th and final game if they can. Ball put back into play by Isabel Stelly. Isabel fires that pull shot up the table. Rebound grab by Sarbalescu. And the pass near side gets through to Tran. Lynn Tran. Tried to come back to that middle hole. You saw Isabel baiting her for it the entire time. So let's see what Lynn processes here. Tried to bring it near corner, rattled it off the post. This is where, if you're a goalie,
Slingshot.
you want to
He's
sit
going
there.
for
You
it.
want to sit on this ball. Let them think about the fact you just blocked it or the fact they just barely missed. Again, the pass attempt taken away here by Moore. Yvette try to go through the high
I think
lane.
it was a 5-bar
Couldn't
shot.
connect.
Was it a 5-bar shot? I don't
I
know.
think it was a pass, but it did go on goal. Again, you see Caddy just trying to feed her partner. Boy, Yvette's defensive 5 has been sensational.
Ooh,
Did she reel it back in? She
Reeled it
does.
in.
What a great catch.
the Massey. Little English.
Tran. Stokes it home near side. It is again championship point.
Championship. You love it.
Championship point for Mylan Tran and Katerina Sharbalescu. Yvette trying to keep her team's hopes alive as she brushes it down along that near wall.
Rolling pull shot split. Does she have it?
Wanted a reminder of the John Wayne there. Let's see. Yvette tried to come down the middle, blocked by Cathy. Comes back with a rolling pull shot taken away by Sharbalescu. Remains championship point for the team on the left. And looking to pass, does clear it. It's picked up by Moore. Tried to go along the wall, blocked by Tran. Yvette. Again, Tran there defensively. That one gets through to Caddy. Yvette looking for that pass. And a timeout called here. That's a good call by Katerina Sharbalescu as it's 4-4, and they were in this situation in the last game.
That's their last
Yvette
time.
was able to defend and stuff the shot by Caddy to keep their hopes alive.
Lynn saying, do that one that gets past the 3-bar. Just do that one, whichever one that was that clears that 3-bar.
They have one left remaining.
Look at the stress, man. That's a great view. Foosball TV with the incredible view of the players' emotions.
All 4 of them. This is so meaningful. As Caddy will put the ball back into play. Let's see what she decides to do. Almost turned it over, and she's fortunate to have that ball land on her partner's 5.
Mission accomplished. Oh,
A chance to win
the
it right here.
snappy. No timeouts.
For the win, Mylan Tran. Try to come near side, blocked by Stelly. Slices that one on goal. Caddy trying to go along the outside wall. The near side, Yvette not giving her that one. And then the little
for the
fake
middle.
down the middle. Tran had a chance to grab it, couldn't do so. And Yvette now in possession on the 5. She's had a couple of opportunities on the 3, and she'll get another one here to send it to game number 5 as she
Middle.
sets it up.
Middle.
And calls a second and final timeout.
The stress is all around. This match is playing dead even, like dead even. Catsy's got the pressure of her. We're championship point for the Tornado World Series, the inaugural, the first Tornado World Series.
10 seconds.
But having a tornado or having a World Series win of any kind on your resume is a big deal.
1,000%. Huge deal.
Both teams are out of timeouts. Let's play.
No timeouts remaining for either team as Yvette Moore puts the ball back into play. Moore. Tried to stroke that long, blocked by Caddy. It comes back to Moore. Watch the roller.
Watch, look out for that moving split.
And the long here again, taken away by Sharbalescu.
I like the shot. They were both on goal.
Yeah, John Wayne would have worked.
Yeah, no, the Joan. And now we got to worry about this machine.
Off the table, off the corner, and in.
Down 2
For
games to
Isabel
0.
Stelly.
It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy up in here.
It's 2 games apiece.
We got to get Israel on the shot at some point. Just because, man. I'm married with kids. You look at Israel, you're like, man. Anyway, it's beautiful.
There is an attention deficit issue with you. You do know
For
that, right?
real. But look, check out that headband on Mylin Tran. I love that headband. It's just, she kills it with that headband. And Tom Yor, the great Tom Yor, he's like, you could never tell by looking at him, but he's like 7 vodkas in. You could never tell. I'm just kidding. I'm making stuff up. I'm making all this stuff up. There's no Israel. World Series, man. Tornado World Series 2024. Tornado World Series. Golden tickets handed out to the singles champions. We're going to a 5th game. Could you ask for more? Could you ask for more? The Germans, Fußball TV, giving us all these amazing views. It feels like 900 cameras, doesn't it?
You didn't tell us what you had for breakfast, but that's about the only thing you left out of that.
Eggs. There's some. You had the same breakfast I did. Come on, dude. That VIP lounge. Boom.
Yeah.
These are great views, man. We get to see the. There, we get to see the comeback kids down
Right.
2-0.
They won the last 2, barely, 5-4 and 5-4 to get back in the match. And a very compelling matchup here on table number 1. Mylin Tran will put the ball into play, opening up game number 5. It is win by 2 with a ceiling of 8 as Tran puts it into play. And again, one of the big keys has been the defensive 5 of Yvette Moore. We illuminated that early, and she has been able to really minimize the possessions of Mylin Tran. Trying to get that one off the wall, she finally does. Who's going to be the hero? And that one off the man. Again, that redirection, the pass straight up the table. And the reaction sends that ball into the goal.
It would be poetic if Kathy all of a sudden scored a couple, wouldn't it? Clean or not. If she scored a couple.
And she tried to John Wayne, a great block by Caddy. And the beautiful pass, but Tran couldn't hold on to it on the 3. It does come back to Lynn on the 5. She'll brush it through the lane and set it up looking for a 2-0 lead. But there is Stelly waiting for her on that far side of the goal. Isabel captures the bouncing rebound. Shot attempt up the table will result in a possession for Yvette Moore.
Stelly really is on that 3-bar right now.
Yvette tried to go with a standard straight. Looked like the pole was there, but the shot rimmed off that near post.
It really was there. She hit it clean.
Yvette gets a piece of it. It's sent towards the goal. Caddy keeps it out, holds on to it. It's still 1-0 here in the 5th in favor of Tran and Charbelescu. If I'm Isabel Stelly, I'm just shooting pull shots. Getting back there and hitting shorts, mediums, longs. Varying my times. To the high lane. Almost felt like there was a little table movement there, but no call from Tom Yor, which means there wasn't any table movement.
No, Tom would call it, man. Tom's not afraid to make a call. One of the greatest, if not the greatest judge of all time, would you say, Jim?
Yeah. And the stroke and long pull shot here for Moore. We're even at 1 here in game 5.
You give her enough possessions. If you give anybody enough possessions, they're going to score.
Yeah. Ready.
Mylin Tran, Ekaterina Charbelescu won the first 2 games and had match points in both game 3 and game 4 and possessions to put the games away. Tran. Rocks. Tried to take it out to that far side, blocked by Stelly. I do like how much time Lynn took here. She'll get it back, reset it, take a look. Fake. Again, out to that far side. It's Stelly with those quick hands, able to make the block. The ball comes up the table to Yvette.
Moving the ball with enthusiasm. Where's that split, though? she's looking for it.
Looking very much like her husband, Ryan. And she strokes home the long. And for the first time in the match, Yvette Moore and Isabel Stelly are ahead, leading 2-1 here in the fifth. What a turnaround. What a comeback. Lynn crisply through the lane. And she hammers it home to that near side. It's 2-2. She took her time beautifully and hit the opening to tie it at 2 here in the fifth.
They're clearly in hostile territory because the celebration factor is 0 to 10 when Yvette scores.
Take away here by Tran. And the timeout called by Lynn Tran, even at 2 here in the fifth, in a match that has turned into quite a confrontation.
This is a lot of fun, Jim. This level of foosball action, everything you're looking for. Fifth game, back and forth, back and forth. Lynn Tran losing an edge, like that typically consistent 5-bar, losing an edge, but that last pass and score was a real snappy brush lane pass, real hard pull side, like she's back in it. You imagine she's back in it, but is it too little too late? Does she have Yvette hot now, right?
Yep. Yep.
Lynn Tran will put the ball back into play. Brush it down along that near wall, and she'll set it up against Stelly, looking to regain the lead. They were down 2-1 here in this fifth game. And they're now up 3-2 as Tran able to find that hole down the middle. She went near side earlier, right down the middle here.
I love that we're seeing championship character. Ooh, fast.
Beautiful wall pass by Yvette.
Oh,
And
was
more.
there.
Rims that one off the post. Rebound picked up by Caddy. Caddy just looking to clear it, looking to get her partner the ball, but it's Yvette who ends up with it on the 5, but taken away by Tran as she tried to brush it down.
What I mean by championship character is the ebbs and flows of the match, and they could be a downward spiral that you don't recover from. Tran seems to have gotten back a little bit.
Keep
right?
bouncing back on both sides of the table. It's now 3-2. Isabel Stelly in possession. Will call timeout. Remember, it is win by 2 in the fifth game with a ceiling of 8. Still upcoming, folks. The men's, the open doubles final. Ryan Moore, Kane Gabriel, Tony Sprademan, and Eric Hildner.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Love the way Tom Yor manages a match. Really.
Yep.
Ball put back into play by Stelly. Isabel brings that one across, goes wide of the goal. A rebound grabbed on the 5 by Tran. Can't connect on that pass through. Stelly got a piece of it on the return and sent towards the goal by Moore, and then picked up here again by Stelly. And Isabel very good at containing the ball when it comes back to her, and that's a huge asset for a goal. Sending it along the outside wall, taken away here by Tran.
Nice.
Brush down, which has been her go-to all weekend long. Gets her a possession in a huge situation. Tran. Chokes it home near side. It is championship point once again for Mylin Tran and Ekaterina Shabelescu.
Yeah.
As they are now up 4-2, and Tran able to take it away here.
Is it going to be Lynn's 5-bar that just bails her out? They're like, hey, my 5 bars didn't go anywhere. Here
For
it
the
is.
win. Tran. Tried to bring it near side off the post.
She thought she had that one.
Run grab by Stelly. The crowd waiting to explode if Isabel can score here. Trying to bring it down the middle, blocked by Lynn. That one on goal, kept out by Caddy. You know, Caddy has had those 3 stops, but other than that, she has been pretty solid on both sides of the ball. And that one's going to get to the 3-rod once again of Tran. Another chance to win it for Mylin Tran. Again, still he gets in the way.
You could hear a pin drop sometimes.
Yeah, it's almost too quiet. Looking at the banks, instead sends that one down the middle, swept away by Shabalescu. And taken away by Moore. Going to cut the lead to 1. Iveta fakes the wane. That one will look like it might have been there.
Yeah, she keeps barely missing that, rimming that corner on the long.
By the pressure on these ladies, if they acknowledge it, which not all players do. It's intense. And a beautiful pass by Caddy. Yet another opportunity for Tran, and this time she will call time out.
We're all real focused here. Can Lynn put it away, or are we going to extend this another possession? If Iveta and Isabel can
5 seconds.
keep clawing back into this
You're
match.
out of timeouts. You have 1.
It has been an amazing, resilient performance from Iveta Moore and Isabel Stelly. But another chance here for Tran to put it away. Mylin. Shot near side, kept out by Stelly. Sent along the outside wall, intercepted by Tran, and then pass attempt. And another chance for Mylin.
She just keeps getting the ball back.
Tran. Strokes it to that far side. It rattles home, and there it is. And finally, Mylin Tran and Ekaterina Chabalescu are able to come out on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for second place finishers, Iveta Moore and Isabel Stelly. And your 2024 ITSF World Series Women's Doubles Champions, Mylin Tran and Ekaterina Chabalescu.
We'll get Jim Stevens down there now to do his interview. What an incredible win, coming into foreign hostile territory, playing lights out, beating the women, the best American teams in the world, and pulling this one out in 5 games. Another feather in their cap, another set of medals, Mylin Tran and Kati Sarbulescu.
Ladies, congratulations. That was not easy.
Not at all. How can it be?
That's true.
Such amazing players.
Now, you guys, you're one of the most accomplished teams in the world of table soccer, multi-table championships, numerous wins in Europe. What does it mean to you to be able to come over here to the United States on the tornado table and take home the championships?
A lot. Yeah, I think we came over here to accomplish this goal. It doesn't really matter if it's the Tornado World Series, the Tornado Championship, or Vegas or something, right? It's just to win on Tornado, on the home table of the Americans. And the crowd made it really hard to win this one, guys.
But you guys are players. You've been through the wars. You've experienced the big crowds and the lights and the cameras. When the crowd is against you, sometimes that helps you a little bit, doesn't it?
It does, but in this case, I think it was just the crowd was so strong, but good. You know, it's such an amazing atmosphere here. I think every time I've been to America, the atmosphere here is just amazing, and of course they're going to cheer in such a strong manner for such good players.
You know, one of the things I find amazing is that you can be in France last week playing the Boncini World Series, on a Bonzini table, which is so different from a tornado table, then 1 week later you have to come and you have to adjust and you have to adapt and somehow also put your game on the table on this particular table. Talk a little bit about how difficult that can be.
Actually, I wasn't at Bonzini World Series because she was.
You were. So how difficult can it be?
It's tiring, but I think that's the life of an athlete, right? We have to play, we have to stay strong, we have to play also tired, also on different time zones. That's part of the game. That's part of any sport.
Yeah, and you guys are athletes, and I know that because it says it right there on your shirt. It says foosball athlete. Well, ladies, great job. Congratulations overcoming the crowd, overcoming a table that maybe isn't your number one table necessarily, overcoming some jet lag, I'm sure. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I swear, I was so sure I would score pool, but she was there.
Congratulations.
I'm the second best all rookie. He made it to all the finals. And I
Yeah, I'm definitely. Oh, I got two.
This American crowd could I felt like it was non-World Cup, but without Germany behind my back. It's your wife played, so I think
My girlfriend. It's a joke.
Oh, okay. I wasn't not sure if this is a joke or not. Were you playing, Tony?
Fucking chilly in here now. I gotta like, it's cold as shit. Yep. I stink. Love it.
We'll come here. We'll be loud for you. It was really fun. Get up and come on. Okay.
time. They're going to be doing some stuff soon.
This is a 10-minute pre-call for the finals of Open Doubles. Open Doubles will start in 10 minutes.
Did you get a shot or something, dude? What's that? Did you get a shot or something? I thought you were sleeping at the end of that match.
No, everything's good.
All clean, huh? No intentional jars?
Kane said you had a bye after you played us. How'd that happen? So if we beat you guys, which we could have, then we would have been in the finals. We were that close.
Yeah. Literally.
Me and an expert.
Yeah.
I needed that freaking. Why did I
Closing's so hard.
off the wall, back to the wall on you? Would have worked on Kane, but not you. I threw a Kane pass against you when I never set you up for it.
Right.
Off the wall, my off the wall.
Well, I was watching.
My off the wall, like here, would have worked, or my tick tick stick band here would have worked.
Right.
And then I would have scored, and we'd be in overtime.
Right.
You can't score. Oh, yeah. Okay. Third try. Hey, good job. You went inside. That was a split.
I'm just warming up.
I know.
I'm not trying to be
long.
cool. I'm just.
Well, if you want to be cool, though, hit the long ball. If you want to be cool. Yeah, exactly.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, you're supposed to be looking at me. I gotta look into your eyes when I hit.
Okay, look into my eyes.
Pitch was dead, Bart.
That went straight.
Pitch was dead.
You freaking flew. You went John Wayne on that one.
You fucker.
What do you think? I'm
Stop.
have it easy. Dude, was that that Guardian tournament one of the best?
Yeah, it was. It's pretty decent.
I liked it. Was that a good table though?
It was. Yeah. You know, it's a good all around.
That's the best crossover table for everybody.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was the best universal table for all styles. I wish there was I wish it was one of the 5 tables.
Yeah, my understanding is they pulled it to Germany and now they're just doing it for businesses.
Well, no, well maybe I don't know the history.
They don't actually have.
But it was the Leo people that were making it right for China for schools.
So I understand that, but where it is now is it's just a business table. Like they only sell them to businesses. They stopped all the child growth and actually trying to run tournaments.
It's a great table. I mean, the man was a great figure for all because it complemented the Euro style. It had the sides where you could tic tac. You could do everything with it.
Right.
Better than the Warrior. I mean, it was better ball control than a Tornado. Am I right?
I mean, same. Nope.
Not the same. Why do you take the balls? Why do you take the balls? Why'd you take the balls? You see that? I gotta be a halftime show, bro.
Come on, Kane. Gotta warm my chair
gotta warm my reffing up.
Motherfuckers are scared right now. Oh yeah, they're fucking trembling. They know it's about. They know it's about. They know, maybe. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Look at you.
It's better from back here, though.
It's better when you hit it the first time.
Yeah. Ready? I scored. Scored.
Then you just threw that one.
Oh, I scored again.
I was looking at you.
2 for 2.
When you just
shouldn't
threw
do
that
that, man. Don't get distracted. It's my ball.
Oh shit, sorry.
Ready?
Yeah.
That was good. It was on goal.
He's supposed to let me score it.
Like that?
I let him score it. That's how it works. Right. You mind if I hit a couple on this table?
Yeah. You want to wrap up?
Do we
wrap?
No.
Yeah, that's fine. Wrap.
But seriously,
I was
you
hitting him on this one, but it's good. It's
Sure.
good.
Yeah,
you guys really wanted me to ref?
Is it?
Huh? No, it's fine.
Am I here legit as a ref?
Yes. Please.
All right. Let me see what my brother wants here. My brother just sent me this.
Wow. So roughy.
You didn't even see that, man. I thought you cared.
I got other shit on my mind.
He likes to talk to you, don't he?
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah. Hey, come on, man. Hey, it's all me and you can talk, brother. Same team over here, okay? Me and you, same team, baby.
I get it. I get it.
What do you want to come tell us? Only one ball and all the same shit. One ball. Don't put the stuff down here. You can't put that ball there.
What is the third rule?
And the third rule is wait for us to give you the go. I did your job for you, buddy. Back up to the booth. Keep doing what you do.
I'm doing our best then.
Keep doing what you do. Do we have a coin?
Yes.
Well, I do. It's in my other jacket.
Up, down? Up, down, anybody?
Here's coins.
Up, down's rigged.
Why?
Because it's consistently up.
No, it's not.
Counterbalance is not as counterbalance as everybody would like.
Couldn't be more
The
down.
first one, this is the most down a man could ever be. The most up. All right, heads. Good ball.
Let me check that side.
Yep.
Is this the final? Yes. Can we get a couple new balls? Is that a rule?
You're allowed to play with new balls.
I would like new balls, please.
Just get them.
We're gonna take this side here.
You know what, this feels kind of cool, huh? Try it sometime.
Yeah, we're gonna take this.
Tagmo painter.
Yeah.
All I need is it is.
Is that your rubber band? At least you know where your stuff is.
2 points. There are still 2 left back for Orlando. Can't do this. Nana's still smiling.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for him.
Oh my God. There it is, the split. He's the world champion.
The Open Doubles Champions. And let's introduce the players. On the left side of your screen, the forward, now living in Romania, the American Tony Spredeman. And from the USA, his partner, Eric Hiltner. And on the right side of your screen, representing the United States of America, the forward, Ryan Moore. And his partner, an American now by way of Canada, please welcome Kane Gabriel. Referee for the match, the great Tom Yor. Best 3 games out of 5. Good luck, players.
This one or that one? I'm fine. Is that good? Wait, what? I guess we can only use one. They want us to wait for the camera. You know what I mean?
Time. They want the time delay. Get your money back.
All right, folks. Again, as that guy said, it's been an incredible day of table soccer here in Dallas, and we still have a great one upcoming here. Julian Vortman, our producer, just said to me, he said, guys, I think this is going to be the best match of the day, the best match that we've ever done. And, of course, he said it with a German accent, but it was very true.
Look at what we got here, man.
Yeah.
We got 2 of Tornado's greatest champions and greatest foosers in the history of American foosball. We got multi-table champions, gold medalists, and Ryan Moore is even more decorated than that internationally than Tony. On Tornado by itself, Tony is the greatest Tornado champion of all time. You got no slouch. The Open champions and Kane Gabriel and Eric Hiltner. This has all the makings of a ridiculous finals match.
Should be a lot of fun. That's Spredeman and Hilder on the left. That's Moore and Gabriel on the right. And, of course, we have also got the best official of all time, Tom Yor.
Oh, yeah, we got to wait for them. Good? Ready?
Here we go. Ryan Moore will put it into play. And Ryan, who has spent a lot of time warming up for this match, is into it. He is motivated. He wants this. As he puts it into play, try to go along the wall, doesn't connect, and it comes back to Hiltner.
So many stories to tell here. Eric and Tony moved from Wisconsin together. These are dear friends. They're roommates forever. Ryan and Tony have an illustrious history of competing against each other since teenagers, right?
Ryan, the tapped series. Try to take it out to that far side, knocked down and taken away by Hiltner.
Now let's look at some nuance. Eric Hiltner is an unflappable goalie. He's a positional defense goalie. He's not going to be terrified of Ryan's intimidating ball handling, right?
Nope, he's going to ignore it for the most part. Because it really is a lot of distraction, misdirection, if you will. Ryan will have another opportunity here. And it's always, of course, a lot of fun to watch Tony versus Ryan, one of the great matchups in the history of the sport. Ryan again aggressively walks it, looks for the hole, trying to come near side and posting up and making the block is Hiltner. Watch this as Eric shows it to him and then takes it away. Eric will put the ball back into play.
Eric's going to be, he's a premier goalie. Looking for the clear, looking for the smart play to get the ball to Tony.
Got shot down the middle on goal. Rebound scooped up by Spredeman, who will shoot against Kane Gabriel, also an outstanding goalie. And Tony comes back down the middle to make it 1-0. Tony using Kane's speed against him and his reaction time against him a little bit. Fakes far, comes down the middle. It's 1-0.
Let me tell you what I love about this, Jim. Ryan Moore, there's different versions of Ryan Moore. And certain versions of Ryan Moore are the most lethal offensive weapon on the planet. And this version of Ryan Moore really wants this championship.
And that bounce pass gets through. This was not an intentional shot, just a misexecuted pass that gets in to make it 2-0.
Ryan's fully amped up, Jim.
Really is.
Yep.
I'd have to reel it in a little bit. Shot down the middle by Hiltner off the corner, comes back towards Eric. And Eric, again, we've talked about it, one of the real pure goalies. Not a bad forward. He can get up there and play a little bit, but he is a goalie. In his mind, he embraces the idea that I am a goalie. Almost 1970s style.
Yeah, proud throwback goalie personality.
And Kane has kind of become that. And Kane, of course, Kane and Ryan, former national champions together. Again, Ryan aggressively walking. And slams it home, dead man, near side.
We're gonna get loud, Ryan. But hey, I'm excited for this version of Ryan. It's a highly motivated version of Ryan. And you know what it does? It gives validity to this championship.
Yeah.
He wants to be the first Tornado World Series Open Doubles champion.
Again, you know, Eric will post him up every time. If Ryan can hit it, you say good shot. Most players cannot consistently hit that dead man. Ryan fires it home far side. Ryan Moore putting on a show on this possession as he taps, and drills.
About 5 hours ago, Ryan told me he needed to be loud and he needed to be a villain because Tornado lost its villains. Foosball lost its villains.
Once Bobby Diaz
and Johnny Horton.
And Horton. Yeah. So he wants to be intentionally a villain, not organically.
He said Horton, by the way. He didn't say Bobby, he said Horton. So there's villains. You want to compare yourself to a villain.
Yeah, for sure. And Ryan now looks to give his team the lead, and he does, finding a very tight hole down the middle here. Watch this. Ryan celebrates.
So we're getting the loud, entertaining, energetic Ryan Moore. But you know what you got to be wary of? That can go two ways. Tony might flip out. Tony might just be like, you know what? This is on. It'll fire him. Look at him. See him? See him?
Yeah.
Getting
Well,
fired
he felt
up.
there was a jar. He did look up at Tom on one of those passes. Tom just sort of looks at the table.
5 seconds.
Tom was not afraid to call a jar. I'm willing to guess there wasn't a jar.
Yeah.
But if it fires up Tony, it fires up Tony.
Yeah, that's right. All of the above, I agree. Tony can't connect on that pass through the middle. Comes back to Gabriel. Kane will set up a push shot in most situations, although a pull shot in the middle here, trying to bring that one down the middle. Blocked with a 5 of Spredeman. Comes back near side to Gabriel, who passes it through that near lane to his partner Moore. And Ryan, again, that big wide rock walk. Hiltner with a block, comes back to Moore. Flipping, dancing, tapping, and then misfiring on that one. Yeah, maybe got a little bit overamped on that particular possession.
The energy level is...
Ooh, that bank shot towards the goal, kept out by Gabriel.
Ryan Moore is drinking water, but he's 4 cups of coffee deep energy. Would you agree?
Again, Tony looking up at Tom. See if Spredeman slows things down a little bit here. It comes back to that far side. That is such a dangerous shot where he rocks it, comes one way, and then finds that far corner. It's something as a goalie, you have to be looking for that in order to block it.
You could be as loud as you want. It's still 3-3. So, I mean, we're going to probably be in a nail biter here, Jim.
Taken away here by Moore. Ryan's getting a lot of possessions, and that is dangerous for the team of Spredeman and Hiltner. Moore slams it home near side. It's 4-3. Ryan's so good at reading the defense. Team on the right really coming out with energy. Nice pick up here by Tony.
That's a plan. That's that planned little brushy thing we've been seeing from Europe.
Tony takes his time, trying to come back down the middle, blocked by Gabriel. Quick left hook, blocked by Moore. Eric?
Couple of fake.
We'll call timeout.
That's their second timeout.
You know, it's difficult when you're playing against Ryan Moore when he's like this. He's loud, and even on the table, he is so aggressive and demonstrative.
Yeah, he's a huge dude. I want you guys, if you want to see what's happening here, I want you to YouTube Mike Tyson's greatest knockouts. Now, what happens is Mike Tyson would wreck you in the first round. He would just throw, but if you can get past that first round,
Yep.
you had a shot.
That's right.
That didn't happen until later on.
Didn't know where you were going, but
yeah,
the analogy works. Put back into play by Hiltner, just looking to clear it, just looking to get it into the hands of his partner, Spredeman. And Tony tried to go through the lane, blocked by Moore.
What you're trying to do right now is survive Ryan's initial first-round
The
onslaught.
flurry. Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. Good stuff, Mark.
I don't know.
Spredeman, hoping to not get his ear bitten off as he fires it home to that far side to make it 4-4.
This is where the rubber hits the road right here.
Moore. Weaving. Tic-tacking. We'll call timeout. 4-4 here in the first.
Let go.
What a great time out there. He's not just an over-energized bunny that's going to shoot a 5-bar shot to win the first game. He still wants to make the good pass.
Yeah.
He still wants to make the smart shot. He's controlled fury is a dangerous thing for Ryan.
And he's also, despite everything, has always been rather self-aware on the table. And he understands that all of this is a bit of a show. And when it comes down to it, there are certain things that are going to work and certain things that aren't. Again, they'll put the ball back into play on the 5. Ryan tried to go along the wall, blocked by Tony through the lane. And Ryan is able to scoop it up, and he'll set it up looking to win game number 1. Moore. There's Eric out there to make the block, but couldn't grab the rebound. Another chance here for Moore to win game number 1. Ryan. Strokes it home to that far side.
He's shooting the deep corners, Jim. With
1
all
game to
kinds of
nothing.
movement, all kinds. So watch it.
It looks like we are switching sides for the first time this weekend as Ryan Moore and Kane Gabriel celebrate a first game win.
All that ball movement, all that activity in shooting the deep corners.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing stuff. And, you know, for the most part, with a few exceptions, Kane and Eric didn't see the ball much. It was a forward-dominated match.
As you would kind of expect it to be when you're talking about these two guys, 2 of the top 10 players in the history of the American Tour, 2 of the top 5, 2 of the top 3 players in the history of tornado foosball in particular.
So Ryan is embracing this villain thing. He's been saying stuff. He's chatting. You better watch it, man. That has a ceiling, and maybe you can get Tony's head a little bit. Maybe you can. But if Tony just decides to make, because I did an interview, the Pandemonium interview with Tony about a week ago, man, and you give Tony the wrong gasoline, he's going to torch you. He's absolutely going to make you pay. We talked about this. These are 2 of the greatest foosball and tornado champions of all time. They have tons of history together. They've fought battles against each other. This is an amazing final to be watching this evening.
Ryan Moore, Kane Gabriel leading 1 game to nothing. It's the open doubles final here at the 2024 ITSF Tornado World Series, the inaugural World Series on Tornado.
Check out that timer.
It's a great shot there.
Great
Good job,
shot.
guys. As we
Foosball
get
TV
game
here.
number 2 underway. Tony Spredeman will put it into play and quickly advance it along that outside wall. Spredeman sets it up and goes with a quick one here to make it 1-0. Didn't take much time. He set it, flipped it, scored it.
Interesting switch here. I wonder if it's for 5-bar look. I didn't think Eric blocked Ryan that badly. Maybe in his mind he did.
Yeah, well, Ryan had a lot of possessions in that opening game. Tony hoping to reverse that. That's Eric up there to make the block and take it away and bring Tony back to forward. That's kind of a interesting switch early on here.
You know, you mentioned it in another match, Jim. One of the worst switches for a 5-bar offender is when the defenses switch on you, because you get used to a timing and cadence. You build a narrative, I'm going to do this, and then you get a different 5-bar defense. You're like, what?
Yeah, I don't know what to do. What do I do? I have to start over. Yeah. Tony stepping back into the forward position will put it into play.
No. You said 10 seconds. You didn't get a final time.
we didn't get a final time.
Yeah. Come on, man.
You're messing with Tom Yor. And Tom Yor's not to be trifled with either. He's going to get annoyed with that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sprayman trying to bounce that one through the lane. Rebound comes back to Hildner. Again, what you can do oftentimes to diffuse this sort of thing is take a lot of time. Take 15 seconds here, Eric.
Right. Deflate all that energy.
Let him work. Let him work defensively for a while. Eric sends that one wide of the goal. Rebound picked up here by Gabriel, who will set up the push shot. And the pass through that near lane.
His push is one of the best.
Moore comes back, kind of angled that one in. Let's see what happened here. As he walked it.
Off a man.
Yeah.
It's
1-1.
He's on full blast right now.
Sprayman. Rocking. No tapping, no walking. He just rocks and then tried to go down the middle, blocked by Gabriel, who will put it back into play, even at 1 here in game number 2. 1-0 lead for Ryan Moore and Kane Gabriel. Gabriel tried to bring it down the middle, and Tony makes him pay as he blocks it back into the goal with a 5-row.
That's dangerous. Like shooting over the middle with Tony's always risky.
Very few players ever have had success doing that. Got to kind of work the edges when you're going up against Tony.
Ryan, one of the few actually that.
Yeah.
And don't put it past Ryan to take a shot on the 2-bar at some point.
Gabriel will set up the push here, and it's taken away and grabbed beautifully by Tony, who goes into the pull kick to make it 3-1. What a play by Sprayman as he grabs it and goes with a pull kick, which he's feeling pretty comfortable with, having shot it in Classic earlier. Along the wall goes Ryan. Looking to cut the lead to 1. Moore shooting against Hiltner. Aggressively walking it. And slamming it back down the middle. It's 3-2.
There it is.
Goes Ryan.
Ryan just wants an opportunity to crush that ball from the 2-bar, and he is a terror from the 2-bar. One of the greatest.
Also one of the great defensive goalies, and has proven that he can defend Tony better than anybody. So you always have that weapon available to you.
He's one of the greatest 2-bar shooting foozers of all time.
Bring that one back down the middle, went wide of the goal. Hiltner with a rebound. Eric just looking to clear it, but it's taken away by Gabriel, who will call timeout. Bring Ryan back to forward.
Yeah, you might see. Well, first of all, there have been few shooting goalies like Ryan Moore in the history of foosball. You think of Billy Pappas, you think of Ryan Moore. You don't really think of him this way with the same overall ability, but never the frequency as like Tyler Fredo has all the ability, but never the frequency. These guys score in flurries. And Ryan gets back there to shoot one. Everyone expects him to put a hard one on goal.
You do, yeah. You almost expect him to score. I mean, you'd be surprised when he doesn't.
Ready?
Ball put back into play by Ryan, who returns to forward, trailing 3-2 here in the second. Try to go along the wall, knocked down by Tony. It hops up into the air. Both players hustle after it. It's Hiltner who picks up the rebound. Shot down the middle by Eric on goal. Gabriel now in possession. It's going to go back down the middle. Nope, going to set up. Nope, going to go with it. And the pass. Nicely done.
Point, man.
Ryan, who has shot it well so far. Strokes that one home near side. Boy, his ability to read while tapping and dancing and doing all the distraction stuff is still remarkable. It's 3-3 after 2 in a row for Moore and Gabriel, and Tony against Gabriel's 5. Passes down the middle. He'll shoot against Moore, who will give him that far side post-up defense. Nope, going to show just the standard. Tony says, all right, I'll take that far side. And he does. It's 4-3. So Tony now switching back defensively. Hiltner defending on the 5. Down the middle goes Ryan. He'll shoot against Tony. Looking to even it at 4 here in game 2. Moore fires at home down the middle.
Very, very Fortuitous split.
Not a lot
Watch.
there to work with.
look.
Oh, kind of got it around
Yeah,
Tony's
yeah.
man. Interesting. Went for the split. Tony seemed to be there, then wasn't. Or even at 4. Big ball here for Spredeman and Hildner in particular, and that's Ryan back there defending. As Tony passes it through, sets it up. And calls timeout.
We won't mention what the remark was, but it was enough to be a distraction to this table.
Who was it?
There was a distracting remark on the other side of that wall, and it was enough for everybody heard it because you can't. It is quiet as a church in here. It's people are so focused on this match.
Especially that man right there, who will put the ball back into play, shooting against Moore. Again, looking to even the matchup at 1 game apiece. Spredeman. Trying to come down the middle, blocked by Ryan. So Tony, got a little giveaway shot. Spredeman strokes it home to that far side. Little fist bump from Tony. We are even at 1 game apiece. Boy, Tony handled that possession beautifully as he drilled that far corner and then bumped the fist.
You gotta love that. Here's why you gotta love that, man. Villains need heroes, man, and the crowd's choosing who's their villain and who's their hero. And Ryan has self-identified as the villain in this, so people get to root. Some people love the villain, some people love the hero. And then this thing it reminds me of too. There's that scene in Rocky 1 where Rocky's getting his ass handed to him by Apollo Creed, and finally Rocky starts getting some shots in an Apollo Creed, and the music changes, and it's a fight, right? It's a fight, and we got a fight here, a good one. Our great German friends here from Foosball TV have no idea what Rocky is.
Of course they
Google
do.
it, brother. Google it. I don't know. And they're dating myself, too. That movie came out in like 78. What movie did it come out? We weren't born yet.
1 game apiece here in this open doubles final. Here on table number 1. What a great day of table soccer it has been. We have had one great match after another, culminating with this one. Heavyweight battle for sure.
Kane Gabriel's been able to put some great passes on Ryan's 3-bar. Eric's been able to clear a little bit here and there. I don't want to forget about them or reduce them, but they have been minor players in a more epic battle between Tony and Ryan, would you say?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Ryan Moore, Kane Gabriel won the first one. Tony Spredeman and Eric Hiltner come back to win game number 2. Crowd completely into it. And this beautiful finals area. Just as nice of a pit area, finals area as we have ever seen here in America, at least in a very long time.
And Tom, you're still awake. You can see him, he's awake.
Is he?
He's
Of course
conscious.
he is.
He's conscious. Check him out.
Tom is such a good referee, he could do it in his sleep. As we get game number 3 underway. Ryan Moore sticking it through the lane. Ryan. Call timeout. No score here in game 3. And he calls that Johnny Horton timeout.
That Johnny Horton timeout is a ball one timeout. And I've seen that ball one. I've seen the first point score timeout where he scores a point and he says, game over. Makes it 1-0 and walks away for like 2 minutes and comes back. Those are hilarious too, man. That's
Horton,
a villain. That's
of
a villain
course,
stuff.
Horton a villain, but always the showman.
And Ryan, not always the villain, but often the showman.
He'll put the ball back into play.
Whoa.
Ryan shooting against Eric Hiltner for the early lead here in game 3. Shot attempt blocked by Eric up into the air, and he keeps it out and knocks it off.
Yeah, people have chosen who the heroes are.
So Hiltner coming up big, opening up game 3. Every ball seems immense right now. Tony, that little European bounce to a brush to the center man. He'll set it up against Gabriel, looking to strike first here in game 3. Spredeman fires it home to that far side.
Steady.
Tony,
Yeah.
just rocking, still continuing not to really walk it and tap it the way he usually does. Going with the rock series, finds that deep far corner to make it 1-0. Nice brush up pass here by Ryan.
That was pretty.
If you're Eric Hiltner, if you're defending Ryan Moore, you really don't want to react to him. You want to be able to just mix up what you're doing, bait and switch, and you almost ignore what Ryan's doing. That shot down the middle by Hiltner.
And he's staying in a dead man post to the pull side. That's the bumper against the wall, and challenging him to time the other hole.
Too much behind that pass down the middle from Ryan. Tony able to grab it on the 5, bounces it off the man, angling into the goal. So a pass and a break for Spredeman and Hiltner. It's 2-0, but back comes Ryan. Now, Hiltner has done a nice job opening up this third game defensively, daring Ryan to hit that dead man near side if he can. And he does. Right. Hiltner came off just enough to allow Ryan to get it through.
Well, we've filtered it down to sound effects from Ryan. Ryan is now like Super Mario Brothers or something.
Is that what that was? Yeah.
Pookie Pookie, I think is what he said. Yeah. Pookie.
Spredeman able to pick it up off the back wall. Will set it up against Gabriel once again. Tony trying to bring it back down the middle, and of course Tony makes a beautiful grab to get another possession. Not sure there are many other players who would have been able to do that and get another chance and then take advantage of it. He makes the save, he makes the grab, he sets it up, and he hits that corner for a 3-1 lead. And a timeout called here by Spredeman.
So Tony was at the Bonzini World Series.
Yes.
Did have an incredibly difficult time adjusting from that table to this table. But you imagine after all these matches you build up to this. Singles was not really, he didn't really play well in singles at all because of the adjustment. He actually was shooting a pull kick in that event. But you imagine that the transition or the adjustment from that table, because those are wildly different tables.
They're very different. And the other thing is you spend 4 days in France playing Bonzini, right? And the way Tony is, he's going to play and he's going to play and play and play so that he can get to a point where he can be competitive. And then at the end of the weekend, he is so locked into Bonzini that then to come here, even on his home table, would be a difficult transition. And that's what makes these multi-table players so amazing. Ryan goes through that high lane. Again, unpredictable on the 5. He'll set it up against Hiltner, who has been solid here in this third game. Ryan looks for the hole and finds it. It's 3-2.
Stuff him, Ryan.
If he gets a ball and he crushes one.
Back comes Tony against Gabriel. He'll shoot against Ryan. Ryan always has the most success with that post-up defense, but I haven't seen a lot of it here so far. Daring Tony to go near side. Tony comes back far side, so kind of a double bait there.
This is the danger with Ryan. He just so scary back here.
Everybody on the edge of their seat. As Ryan sets it up, trying to bring it back down the middle. Tony with the steal. Those quick hands allow him to make the catch on the 3. Spredeman. And again, posting up is Moore. In the bank. And the slingshot stolen by Spredeman. Tony. And to the far side, and Ryan keeps him out.
This may be one too many opportunities for Ryan, frankly.
Think he's due?
We'll see. Tuck.
Yes.
Short side.
It's 3-3. As Mark Torres said, the tuck.
That was more of the short side effort, but it was the last thing you would have. I mean, it was great, right?
3-3 here in the third. It's been a good one so far. Gabriel looking to steal it, but eventually it does end up on the 5 of Tony once again. Spredeman hard along the outside wall.
That pass is so sick.
Tony's quick shot taken away by Ryan. That's 4 blocks in a row from Moore. And he mixed in a score as well. Moore. That one up the table, grabbed on the 3-rod by Gabriel, who will call timeout and bring Ryan back to forward.
You can't underestimate the amount of pressure that Ryan puts on you just standing back there, because you got to tell yourself, you're telling yourself, if I don't score this freak of nature is going to get this ball and be shooting on me, and it puts a whole nother dimension of stress when you're shooting on him. He makes you second guess because you're like, man, you feel like it's a 4-4 must-win shot, or he's going to put a point on you, and he does it like 30% of the time. It feels like, right?
Active forward comes Ryan Moore. Put it into play against Hildner. Moore shot down the middle, blocked and taken away by Eric. Everybody takes a breath. Up the table, that one's going to spin back to Gabriel.
His push is lethal.
Oh, the pass
The
again.
passing, yeah. And it's so lethal, the passes work.
Another block by Hildner. But another possession for Ryan. Moore. And again down the middle, and again Hildner not giving it to him. Shot down the middle by Eric on goal. Rebound grabbed by Kane Gabriel. 3-3 here in the third. One game apiece. Doesn't get any better than this, folks. What a battle here on table number one.
Now you can tell. I mean, his defense is really poised, but he
great
is
grab by Tony.
Eric is firing that ball within 4 seconds every time.
Yeah. Now shooting against Gabriel. Spreadman. Stokes it home near side. 4-3.
Ready? What is time? You have one. They're out. Okay. Ready.
They burned that.
4-3 lead for Spreadman and Hildner. When Ryan was back there, he'd blocked him 4 times in a row. But Tony is able to get through Gabriel for the lead, but back comes Ryan. He's got to go corner here, right? Tries to try to come near corner. Hildner made the block, but couldn't grab the rebound, giving Ryan another opportunity here. Moore. What a job by Eric Hildner. Careful there, Eric. That is Ryan Moore on the defensive.
If you were to time these are all within 5 seconds. It's kind of like he is feeling the pressure, or he'd sit on it for an extra second.
Gabriel. And a turnover here, grabbed by Tony, who can give his team a 2-1 lead, and he does. As he gets it, he flips it, he scores it. And Tony Spreadman and Eric Hildner just a game away from the World Series championship here in Dallas.
And you see that little flippy shot, and you remember that is highly calculated. He's seen him come off, back on. So the best time to get someone is when they're leaving the hole. When they're leaving the hole, it's hard for them to get back. And Tony he saw it, he read it, he understood it, and he immediately
he's very selective when he uses that,
right.
which is why it works about 90% of the time. Because when he uses it at the right time, and he did so there, and it's now 2-1. Credit Eric Hildner with some great defense against Moore down the stretch there in that game.
And I could be critical of how quickly he's getting rid of the ball, but it's working. I mean, it's not like he hasn't got stuffed and he hasn't turned too many over, but he is getting rid of that ball pretty quickly. It's within 5 seconds, he's going every time.
2-1 lead for Ryan Moore for Tony Spreadman and Eric Hildner. Ryan Moore, King Gabriel will now move back to the left side of the table as they look to stay alive in this open doubles final.
I had the feeling that if they would have scored that, made it 4-4, Ryan was going to go back there. They had no timeouts left, so he was going to be back there for good.
And I think he's fine with that, because he feels like he can block Tony every time, and of course, always a lethal weapon offensively.
Right. So after the hot start and all the noise, which I appreciate because it's fun, it's still a 2-1 lead for Tony Spreadman.
But you kind of figured that. And, Tony and Eric have an understanding that these matches are long. It's 5 games, right? So you withstand the early flurries. It's not going to be sustainable necessarily. So you just do your thing. You stay focused. And right now they're up 2-1 and just a game away from the championship. And Ryan can't connect on the pass, opening up game number 4. Gabriel with the rebound.
Let's see if Gabriel stays with this push and look for the zone breakers. Once he stops, well, there's the bank.
And it results in a possession for Tony. That quick one near side. Gabriel got a man on it. The two forwards hustle after it in midfield. It's Ryan who comes out of the scrum with the ball. And that quick ball pass by Ryan gets him a possession and a chance to score first. But again, Hiltner not giving up the straight.
Eric is on him. Look at that look.
Ryan stands up straight, looks at Eric, and Eric says, it doesn't matter. I'm not paying attention to you. I am simply focused on blocking, and that's 5 or 6 in a row. Tony coming back through the high lane. Spreadman. Hammers it home near side. It's 1-0.
We love that about Eric, too. You don't get the impression Eric is afraid.
Not at all.
Of his 3-bar.
Ryan, that beautiful wall pass.
Oh, we're
going to the
switching.
pull shot. Always got to watch the John Wayne. Moore. Tried to go standard straight. Blocked by Hiltner, who was not going to give up the Wade. Does that mean the split's open? Nope, because Eric's there. Eric Hiltner putting on a defensive clip. And you saw him look across at him right there. Wow. Great job by Hiltner.
Yeah.
Eric will put it back into play. Fire that one down the middle. Blocked by the 5 of Ryan. And then sent off the outside wall by Hiltner up into the air and off the table.
I wouldn't know where this ball goes. And it's not just because I don't know
You
the
have to go with
rules.
last possession, yeah. It'll go to Gabriel here.
Like a possession arrow in basketball?
No.
That's what I mean.
And that one up the table, off a man, off the wall, and in for Gabriel. Kane sends it down the middle. It's a couple of men on the way in. It's 1-1. Boy, Moore and Gabriel needed that one.
Oh.
And that pass attempt gets through. Hiltner could not hold on to it. Didn't have much of a chance really to grab it. It results in a possession for Ryan, who will dance with it. Try to go straight on that pull shot. He'll reset, fake to John Wayne. And stroke it down the middle.
It wasn't even there.
It's 2-1.
You gotta look at that replay.
I guess sometimes stating the obvious is humorous, right? Look at the replay.
Suppose so.
We're looking at the replay. We're forced to, my friend. It's there for us to look at. The blazer, dude. That was a blazer. Ooh, that was a spray. Split. Just like that. They may have a 4-1 lead here. Not yet.
Moore and Gabriel leading 3-1 here in the 4th. Again, the clear results in a possession for Moore. Ryan. There's the John Wayne. Can't come off at all, or else Ryan will find the hole with the Wayne. It's 4-1. Looks like we could very well be headed to a 5th game. Shot down the middle by Hiltner on goal. Picked up by Gabriel. And this one's stolen away by Tony. But Gabriel gets a man on it. And now Ryan with a chance to send it to a 5th game, and he does. Ryan Moore, Kane Gabriel respond in game number 4. A couple of John Waynes from Moore. And we are headed to the 5th game, one final game to decide who will be the 2024 Open Doubles champions here at the Tornado World Series in Dallas, Texas.
You look at that shot there, and Kane and Ryan look like they're coming from a Kid Rock concert, and Eric and Tony look like they're coming off a fishing trawler in Alaska to play this thing, right? These guys are crabbing, and these guys are, partying.
Yeah.
And there they are at a foosball tournament, the Tornado World Series, baby, Open Doubles Championship.
There you see the crowd. There you see a whole bunch of cables behind them. That's us, folks. As I think nobody too disappointed that this one is going to a 5th game. I know those of you watching at home certainly, hopefully having a good time enjoying the coverage from Inside Foods and Foods TV.
It's the world's greatest shrimpers versus a Kid Rock festival, baby. We're partying right now. These are machines, man. These are the best of the best right now. So we're talking about 5 rounds of qualifying into elimination rounds, playing against the top teams.
You did the last one. I did. I got one. You asked me to, baby. I got one ball. As soon as you ask me to, that's what I do.
10 seconds.
They're talking about the 1 ball availability.
Yeah.
But they're also, I think, Tony's got to put it all together right now.
Here we go. 1 game to decide the champions. As Tony will put it into play quickly, trying to go along the wall, stolen away by Moore, who has been successful with the switch to the pull shot so far. Ryan. John Wayne and Hiltner says no to that one. Tony through the lane. Now his first opportunity to give his team the lead here in Game 5. Sprayman fires it home far side.
Ready?
Moore can't connect on the pass. He comes back up the table. There's a jar right in the middle of it. See where he awards the ball to the 3 rod of Tony.
That was fair.
Hold on 1 second. What happens on the second jar?
It's the second jar.
Okay, I was just making sure there was no rule if I jar too many times you get a technical or something.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Too many times, yes.
How many? Third?
Play.
Okay. I just wanted to know why. I never heard first jar.
Let's play.
Come on.
Ryan knew the answer, by the
Yeah.
way, to the question.
20 years playing, he's never heard first jar before.
So Tony will put it into play after the call, the correct call from Tom Yor. Sprayman trying to come near side, blocked and taken away by Gabriel. 1-0 lead here in the 5th game for Sprayman and Hiltner. Sent along the inside wall, and the left hook from Sprayman.
Look at that thing, man. Look at that thing.
Just when you least expect it.
That's a thing of
He
beauty, man.
unleashes that left hook from the far side. It's 2-0 in favor of Sprayman and Hiltner, and Moore will call time out.
I've played Tony a couple times now, and he's a human calculator, man. In spite of the metal rock and all that stuff, there's no correlation between that and the way he approached. I mean, he's a calculator. He's taking all this information in aggregate. He's creating a data pool. He knows that's there. He knows this is there. And when he puts it all together, he's unstoppable.
Ready?
Trailing 2-0. Moore will put the ball into play. Ryan will set it up eventually. Doesn't get a great set, a better set here, and then try to go down the middle. That was a lot of time to take setting it up. Moore strokes it.
1 for the money.
That is a crunchy
Where'd
split.
this one
man.
go? Let's see,
It was a
behind or
split.
between?
Between.
Still don't know, even after the replay.
I think it was between. It was a little crunchy, very square split.
Yeah, it was certainly a split attempt, no doubt. It's now 2-1. Eric Hiltner tried to come down the middle, blocked and taken away by Moore. Do you stay home on the John Wayne here? Do you look split? Do you make the block here, as I think he was trying to go split. Didn't look like
No, it
the
went
full
long.
long.
I think it went long, even if he wasn't trying, but Eric just in the right spot.
Gabriel with the rebound, still 2-1 here in the 5th. Again, look at the pass. Tony there to intercept. And then brush it along the outside wall. Sprayman comes back to that far side. Gabriel stays home to make the block up into the air and off the table. And he has earned the right to put that ball back into play. What a battle here on table number 1. Hiltner setting it up here and then slices that one up the table. And if anybody's going to catch that pass, it's that man right there. earning himself yet another possession and a goal as he strokes it home to that far side. What a great grab, following it up with that great shot. It is now 3-1. All right, if he scores this, I think they're switching. Let's see. A little tap down the middle. Is it going to occur to him? Watch this. Something a little different from Ryan. How did he know that would be there? It's 3-2. Now, Ryan's going to stay up there. Thought maybe he might in this situation get back there, but he'll stay there for now. And back along the wall goes Sprademan.
Tony talked about that pass. He loves that pass, especially against fast players because it keeps them off speed.
Tony will call timeout, leading 3-2 here in the 5th game.
I think they're talking about the switch right here. Because, you know,
Ryan wants to empower his partner. I think they discussed it briefly, but he wants to empower his partner to stay back there and defend, which I do find a little bit surprising. Gabriel, of course, though, an outstanding goalie.
One apiece.
Ready?
Tony will put the ball back into play and set it up against Gabriel. And try to take it out far side. That one just wide of the goal, up into the air and off the table.
Ready? Yep.
Gabriel fires that one down the table on goal. Rebound all the way back the other way, picked up by Tony. And it's match point, championship point for Tony Sprademan and Eric Hildner.
Ready? Yes.
Beautiful tic-tac wall pass by Moore. Ryan. Again, tried that same shot. Hildner not going to give it up 2 times. Moore strokes it home.
That's a
long pull shot from Ryan Moore, and they've cut the lead to 1. It's 4-3. But it's championship point for Sprademan and Hildner. Oh, and the turnover back to Moore.
This will go into overtime, Jim, if he scored this point.
Ryan strokes it home down the middle. It's 4-4.
Now it's win by 2 to 8.
Quick ones in a row from Ryan Moore and King Gabriel. Picked off the outside wall by Hildner. Wow, that was a quick turnaround just when it looked like Sprademan and Hildner. We're going to pull it out. Moore and Gabriel have tied it up. And Ryan now with a chance to give his team the lead.
That wall pass is nasty.
Moore. That shot down the middle, blocked. Grabbed nicely by Hildner.
The toenail grab. You can't cut your toenails.
That's right.
You don't get that one.
Ryan couldn't grab the rebound. Hildner in possession. Who is going to make the big play? Remember, it's 4-4 here in the 5th. It is win by 2 with a ceiling of 8. Tony able to rattle that one through. Sprademan fires it home near side. It is championship again, point again for Tony Sprademan and Eric Hildner after that one. Ryan can't connect on that wall pass. Hildner.
Eric has not scored yet. Is this his moment?
Might be a timeout here. Oh, Tony wanted one. Eric was looking to clear it real quickly. Tony wants him to call a timeout. Eric tried to send it down the middle.
Eric, his blocking has been incredibly composed. His shooting has just been every 3 seconds, man.
Saw Tony there thinking maybe there should have been a call. It's Gabriel. Oh, beautiful pass near side to Moore. Ryan looking to even it at 5 here in game 5. Strokes it home.
Could we have asked for anything more than this, Jim?
It's 5-5.
This is one for the ages, man. The first
Great final.
Tornado World Series.
5-5 in the fifth as Tony tried to go along the wall. Gabriel with a nice save. Kane fires it on goal, scooped up by Moore on the rebound. Moore. It's championship point for Ryan Moore and Kane Gabriel after Ryan again with a pull shot, hammering it home.
That looks like Sasquatch.
Yeah, come on, baby. What's up?
That laughter, because the replay, the laughter on the replay was.
No matter what. That's what I said.
He actually looked like
6-5 lead for Ryan Moore and Kane Gabriel here in the fifth game. It is championship point for those two.
You're out. They have one.
Set. Ready.
There's Tony bouncing it and then brushing it through that lane to the middleman. We'll look to even it at 6. Sprademan shot far side and the rebound up the. Oh, look at that ball spin away. Tony with a quick left hook. Hold on.
Hold on. So was the one before. Let him make a call. No, no.
Gonna award that to the 5 of Ryan Moore.
Why?
Yeah, what is that? It was like.
Why does it go there instead of here, though? Because we jarred it from this rod. Why does it go here?
It was in the neutral zone.
So the one that was over there earlier, that
one was on the
but this one did.
How about that one?
Tom, you was going to just say, yep. Tom's going to just say, shut up.
I had a chance to get it. It was coming into my area, but after that, I couldn't do it.
Ball's there. Jar. You both have one jar.
Come on.
Ball's there. That's fine.
My ball. I got one timeout.
You have one. You're out.
Good. Ready?
Ball awarded to Ryan on the 5. He'll put it back into play, leading 6-5 here in game 5. That pass attempt knocked down by Tony. Ooh, could not quite grab it on the 3. Gabriel, shot attempt blocked by Sprademan. That shot down the middle, back towards the goal, kept out by Kane. And then the pass attempt. Beautiful pass. Maybe Ryan wasn't quite ready for it. Off the inside wall by Hiltner, but a rebound grab by Moore with a chance to win it right here. Looking to win the 2024 Open Doubles Championship here at the Tornado World Series. Ryan Moore will first call time out.
I can't even say anything, man. It's just so much going on, dude. So much theatrics and energy and all the things, man.
It's on Eric Hiltner to keep it alive here as Ryan will set up the pull shot for the win. Moore. That shot attempt blocked by Hiltner. Back up the other way. Gabriel with the rebound. Kane tried to come down the middle, blocked by Tony's 3. And the pass attempt kept out by Hiltner, but grabbed again beautifully by Moore. Ryan. It's either a long or a Wayne. It's the Wayne for the win. Ryan Moore and Kane Gabriel defeat Tony Sprademan and Eric Hiltner in 5 games, 7-5 in the 5th, as they become the inaugural Open Doubles champions at the Tornado World Series.
What an exciting, energetic play. Look at Tony, gracious in defeat.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for second place finishers, Tony Sprademan and Eric Hiltner. And your 2024 ITSF World Series Open Doubles champions, Ryan Moore and Kane Gabriel. Hey, Kane, can we get an interview with you?
I'll take it easy on you. I'll take it easy on you.
All right, come on over here, guys. So, first ever Tornado World Series here in Dallas. It means a lot to everybody. Obviously, it meant a lot to you guys. That was about as fiery a match as you're ever going to see. Ryan, how does it feel?
Feels great.
Kane, always fun playing with this guy, right? I mean, you guys seem to fit together well. You won a national championship together a few years ago. When he's up there doing his thing, which is different from what anybody else ever does, is it something that you try to stay focused on, just stay within your game, do your thing, kind of support what he's doing, or what's your approach into those circumstances?
I definitely like to just keep my composure, let him do his thing, just like get in their heads, and I try just not to make as many mistakes. Playing somebody like Tony, you can't make mistakes, and I felt like I made quite a few mistakes this time, but he scored really well for the most part. But I told him I had his back. I'm going to come back, come up strong, and you know.
Yeah, even in that situation, you're always making the important plays. You're doing what makes a good goalie, and you're a great goalie. So still, you know, you're carrying your load back there. I think one of the biggest things in that match was when you went from your snake shot. Hiltner was blocking you well, switched to the pull shot, and that's really what brought it home for you.
Yeah, you know, he typically blocks the snake well. He's similar defense to mine, and I still wanted to start the snake just to, I don't know, because they knew I was going to start the pool, so I just wanted to go snake and just. But yeah, at some point you got to switch. You know, he was blocking really good, so it didn't really matter. At the end of the day, you just got to play hard and win, and that was fun.
How much did you want to win this particular championship? How much did this mean to you?
I mean, it's like any other tournament for me, but I wanted to win just because I wanted to just let it go. I don't really care anymore. I don't care what people think about me anymore. Just get it out there and go. Who cares? Love me or hate me, I don't give a rat's ass.
All right. And Kane, for you, winning a World Series on the resume, that looks really good. It's something you've got to be proud of.
I've been trying for a while, and I seem to come up short usually, but this time with my boy, my first World Championship.
Congratulations, Kane. And you too, Ryan. Good job. All right, everybody, head to the bar.
All right, man, that was bananas. We got our first Open Doubles Tornado World Series ITSF champions, Kane Gabriel and Ryan Moore. And Jim, I got to give it to Ryan. He actually tried to color and kind of give some feedback in his own unique way. Well, right.
And a great performance, though. And again, it was the key. The key thing was when he switched to the pull shot, Hiltner had been getting on him defensively with the snake shot, but the pull shot, when he switched to it, that made all the difference. And, of course, Ryan with one of the great pull shots in history. He does it a little differently, but very effectively.
You're going to have some lapses in a match. You can't be 100% engaged all the time unless you're Frederic Collignon. That being said, and you look Google or YouTube Frederic Collignon if you want to know what we're talking about. But there was some rare lapses for Tony. He passed the ball backwards with the 4-2 lead.
Yeah.
Gave that to Ryan. A couple things he's going to kick himself for. Other than that, we couldn't have asked for more than what we just saw. Fifth game nail biter in overtime, and our first Tornado World Series champions.
You know,
Ryan
before
Moore.
that match started, a certain gentleman sitting just to the right of you, Julian Vortsman, said to me, he said, "This is going to be the best match that we've ever done." And, of course, he knew that who was playing, but he also knows that we continue to get better and better in our collaboration. But what a great performance, what a great match that turned out to be.
And what a great production from Foosball TV. What a great sponsor and Protectoflex and Filoro. And we want to thank the Foosball Sports Network, and we want to thank Wayne and Miriam and
such a
Julian
shill.
and Dan, and we want to thank Israel. And I'll post a picture of Israel later, but we'll deal with that. What an amazing production, and we still have some stuff going on Monday.
No, we're not done yet. Tomorrow, of course, we've got mixed doubles and another opportunity to see these great players compete at the highest level. But again, I think the nature of this event, the first time ever here in the country, and I know you talked about it a little bit as well, brought out the best in these players, and we certainly saw it in that match right there.
I want to close on this, Jim. He could say what he wants. He could say things like, "I don't care what anybody thinks," blah, blah, blah. He was fighting for that because he wanted that
Yeah.
Tornado World Series champion.
As soon as I asked
He
the
won
question, I knew that there was a lot
Yeah.
there, right? There's a
Yeah.
lot for various reasons, but there's unquestionably, it was very obvious how much he wanted that. We have seen him not as motivated. He was highly motivated there, and great performance by Ryan and Kane Gabriel to win the Open Doubles Championship here at the first ever World Series.
We got to thank those. We got to thank those four: Eric, Ryan, and Kane, and Tony for giving us a show. And I think we'll just end on that note. It's been an incredible evening of foosball. Thank you all for joining us. We got more tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And what's nice is this is the latest it has run all week. It is 11 o'clock at night Central Time here in Dallas. That's still a little time for folks if they'd like to go hang out and enjoy each other's company away from the foosball tournament, among other things. And thanks, Mark, for everything you do. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Julian. Thanks, Daniel. Still another day to go here at the World Series in Dallas. Good night, everybody.